that didn't take very long, fortunately. We're back. We're going to do the Whirl Eater Hard, which is the Leviathan fight. Full party. Just like all the other primals that we've faced, it's pretty straightforward. Got some defences. They're going to leave us to it. Leviathan ain't happy with us. And here we go. Okay, so we want to go in. Oh hey, it's Zombie. The guy that we were with in Castrum Meridianum. So the tail needs tanking. Because otherwise it messes up people at the rear. You don't want that to happen. Most melee DPS will stick like glue to the tail. You want to kill these spooms before they explode. Oop. This is this and this is a wipe. They use the so that's how you don't do it. You need to use the converter in the middle just before he does his... before his ultimate. My party is confused. I'm entertained by the fact that I just blinded his tail. Not entirely sure how that works. Nice. Here we go again. So again, we don't want to use... That's what we want to be doing. Yeah, so if you're in melee, you want to be focused on the tail. If you are a caster, you want to be focused on the head, because the tail actually reflects all magic. Since our party is 99% tail's going down, isn't it? And there we go. Loop. You get the commendation. And there we go. That is the Whirl Eater. Ooh. Report to Merloop in the command room. So yeah, not a bad little fight. You don't get a whole lot of chance to really listen to Leviathan's music, which is a shame. Obviously, it tended to take longer to kill back in the day, but that's power creep for you. Alright, let's go to the command room. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits, but today I'll permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honour of admitting a hero such as you. You're an inspiration to us all, madam. And on that note, The Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink. And here we go.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you.
Yep.
Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
Not going to make a big
That I
speech.
give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well.
So this sets the scene for us being able to join the Rogues Guild and eventually to become ninjas.
Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Yes.
Though you may labour to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
Nope.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
All his
Julia,
secrets.
please.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
He is in fact a transformer.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
Very kind.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment. But if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Yes.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds stood before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence.
This conversation is the one that we had way back at level 34 when Titan was being summoned by the kobolds.
Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Yes, a popular opinion. And there we go. That's Lord of the Whirl, which gives you a good chunk of character development, backstory, a little bit of info on the Primals and the Beastmen. All in all, we got more out of that than we did from pretty much most of the rest of the patch. Xanthael has orders to point you in the direction of the Lominsan underworld. Oh, this thing looks stupid. Hello. Hello. I'm a head on a stick. Really strange. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yagiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous highwayman man there and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I'm obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you'll be introduced abide in the shadows of Lominsan society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by a bond stronger than mithril, to which they are invariably wary of new faces. They will be penned by the Admiral herself. Mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here's the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. So we're off to find the inconspicuous man. Who is down here? Yeah, that's the Rogues Guild down there, if I remember correctly. Got business with me, adventurer. A letter penned by Admiral Moorlewib introducing Yugiri of Doma to the members of Limsa's as yet unnamed secret fraternity. Yeah, so you're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eating grin. But what with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I suspect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the Far Easterner what Moab says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Yugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honour to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when first I learned of your organisation, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Lims is a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. Simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. I see. Know that the practitioners of my art too are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Ah, what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you come with us, you do what's it. We can get acquainted in more private surrounds. Ah, that didn't come out right, did it? Lady Demajen, I shall remain with these people for a time that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Before long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honour to welcome you as a student. So, soon, we will get to become a rogue, but not this patch. The onion shield. It looks really silly. They're kind of cool looking though. Yugiri has the air of a woman bursting with gratitude. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you overlong. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do it so in person, but I must needs fulfil my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. So here we are. This is the final quest of this particular patch. Patch 2.2. You'll notice that there are a few more people here now. People have moved around and you've got the Doman kids hanging about. Ah, Minfilia.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elizabeth spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Keep hoping. Speak of the devil.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is aught amiss?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
It's gone.
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
It basically got nuked.
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
Yes.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
And there we go. That is Through the Maelstrom complete. Patch 2.2 done and dusted. We learn a little bit there about the nature or well, rather the characters think they learn a little bit about the nature of the Ascians' immortality and what it is and what it can do, and they are to a certain degree correct. The Ascians are formless and immortal and can move between bodies, as we've seen. They anchor themselves to them with the dark crystals, although I'm not entirely sure they make mention of that again. I think there's a little bit of detail in the lore of the Ascians that isn't 100% worked through by this point in time. But nevertheless, they are an interesting adversary and there's a lot of mystery involved in them. So there we go, patch 2.2. Not a brilliant patch, to be fair. The stuff at the start, there was a lot of stuff about moving and the Domans and stuff, and that's more as a story kind of way to introduce the Rogues Guild and the ninjas. It took a while, I think, for 2.2 to get going. I think most people would agree with that. 2.3, which is coming up, is of a similar nature, really. I can't actually remember what 2.3 is. Is 2.3 Defenders of Eorzea? I think it may be. But anyway, we shall continue onwards with that at some other time. I'm going to be going and editing these videos and getting them uploaded to YouTube, etc, etc. But how far? Yeah, we're almost at level 53, and I still have got an absolute ton of level 50 dungeons that I haven't done, so I might do those at some point. But yeah, that's that for now. Toodle pip.